3 is the future.
Welcome, crew, to What Are Your 3, a Channel 3 podcast where we take a member of the Channel 3 community, discuss 3 games of their choosing, go through some honorable mentions and some other odds and ends for a nice little video game discussion. I'm Dan. With me, as always, for a long time now, Ray.
133 episodes or something like that. That's what it says.
This is 130. This is 133.
133. 132 episodes ago, we started this whole thing as a quick little 30-minute shot with cknbromein, who we said, "Hey, come on, talk some games," and there was this little thing of notes and whatnot, and he's back. It only took what, 3 years? We're pretty close.
We are all but like on the dot of the recording time of that.
3 years later, cknbromein is back 2.0. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. I actually was going to ask that as a question because I was like, okay, so 132 just came out and I was like, oh, do I get the coveted 133? And the fact that is the thing, I was like, oh, now I feel even more special. Now I'm even more nervous, But yeah, hitting the threes on the mark with 3 years. And I said that we were just talking about it, like when did we record it? Because it was late September.
I have the answer. There is a definitive answer now. So we normally avoid dating things. However, I will tell you that I just pulled the recording up. It was September 25th of 2022.
Oh man, almost nailed it.
We have nearly nailed this thing.
And
this is so good. This is so good. Because I just put in the games of the week, like the bonus XP games. And I can tell you right now that September 25th is Worms Armageddon, which we just had a whole thing about.
Could not have been better.
It's amazing.
That's amazing.
So Worms on Friday.
So
yeah, let's go.
Is it the Friday or is it Thursday then for the 25th? 22, Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday.
Isn't the 25th Friday? Am I wrong?
No,
it's the
26th.
I messed up.
Math is hard.
26th.
But the day after you hear this,
the day,
get Worms.
Yeah, Worms is the 26th.
There you go.
No, you know what? I had 25th in my head. 25th Hades 2 comes out this Thursday. That's how nice. And I put that one into. But Friday is Worms Day.
Let's go.
That's there. Oh man, so we're back with a full list. Our new full list version, not the quick one we did way back in the day.
Yeah, when did I take off? Because we used to have a header on top of this that included saying we were going to keep the episodes to 33 minutes, and then 33
minutes. People.
That was the goal, and we were told to shut up and stop that by various people listening to the episode and say just let it ride. So we have gone. The only difference we got to do is we got to start doing 45 minutes of bits before we get to the actual podcast. Then we will have reached full middle-aged men doing a podcast status.
I saw a list. They've revamped the things that you have to choose to do in your mid-age and
smoking meats, war interests, and now it's podcasting.
And now podcast is the other one that's in it.
Nailed it.
It's like getting sorted into a house.
Exactly.
Harry Potter. Yeah, mm-hmm. You get to. You only get to do one. Like, take your interest. Like,
yeah, middle-aged man. It was always you had to get really interested in World War II or the Civil War or smoking meats.
Which we did touch on in the pilot episode because with my top game and Brothers in Arms, and we're like, wait, how old is this guy? And it's like, apparently I started my middle-age journey super early in life.
It all comes full circle. This is beautiful.
I'd say we get Mad Bomb Chew in here. We've got smoked meats and we've got it all. We got it all set up. He's constantly on that one. All right, we got new games. You're like a new person.
Yeah.
This time here. Game 1 is iRacing.
Oh boy.
This is new. This is like really new, but you're all in.
Oh, 100.
Right? Like the kit, the races, the competing in iRacing, the ERA group and everything. So how did this all come to be? How'd you decide, you know what, I'm gonna start iRacing, I'm gonna buy a steering wheel and pedals and the whole thing?
So it actually started probably, I would say probably 3 or more years ago. Actually, about 3 years ago. It was actually thanks to, I guess I could add to the list of because of Channel 3, but Hoosier used to stream late night and would do iRacing. And I've always enjoyed racing games. And so I was like, what is this? Like, and found out, I mean, it came out in like '08. And they actually just redid with the new season, just redid the UI, which is really nice. It looks a lot better. But I, you know, when I was young, did NASCAR, was it NASCAR Racing 2? Played the Need for Speed games, things like that. And I was like, I want something, because I'm never going to be able to afford a race car. Probably the cheapest thing would be a Legends car, and that's still like $20,000. And I'm like, just to race it, and then you have to have a hauler with it and all that. I'm like, that's not happening. So I started looking into it, and then of course we had our spring fiesta with the e-racing association with Mario Kart, and then I started looking into just in general the iRacing side with ERA, and I was like, man, this looks like a lot of fun. Started looking into it and was just like, you know what? Again, getting that middle-aged thing, I was like, I'm going to get really involved in a sim game. So that's really how it came about, and was contemplating with it for a while. Ended up seeing a really good deal on the membership for it. And so I was all in. Then I was like, okay, well, I have a controller, but I heard controllers really hard. So I was like, I'm going to go over to Micro Center, and was just going to walk in to look at
Absolutely
wheel and pedal sets.
Just looking.
And first off, looking at the wall that had them all, and I'm like, oh geez, these things are like $500-600. Even the base sets are like $350. And then I just happened to pass by. Evil and I were both there. We're looking around, and we look over, and there's the open box side, and there's 3 sitting there. And I was like, all right, let's just look into it and let's see. And then of course I see the prices on them, and they're half off. And I'm like, all right, so like the very base one that like I ended up going with was the Thrustmaster T128. It was half price within my budget, and I was like, hey, this is a good starter place to be. And so we just asked one of the employees, we're like,
and Evil was there with you. For any lawyers concerned, Evil was there with you. So
yes, yeah. And this is it. She encouraged it. So we so they're like, can we open these to see, make sure, like, because it just said like it was just returned and stuff like that. So we're like, pulled out all 3, and there's Evil pulling up what's supposed to be in the content list for this box. And we start going through. The only thing that was missing from this one is there's actually supposed to be like a leather wrap for it. And I was like, I wonder if the person was like, because it's a smaller wheel and you can't really like find them just individually. I was like, I wonder if someone bought this, took the wrap out, and then brought it back. But other than that, we were like, hey, this seems great. Then we're sitting there comparing which ones would be the best one, and out of it was the Thrustmaster here for like the budget set. And I was like, all right, we're walking out of here with it, so why not? So, and that was it. That came home, signed up with the deal that I found for iRacing, and been doing it for a little over 3 months now. So it's been a blast. So
how does it feel? How does it feel driving this wheel in comparison to I guess driving?
There's a little bit, well, of course, with like the first thing everyone says to upgrade is your pedal set. So I have like the base pedal set where it's basically like all or nothing. Yes, you can adjust between like you're giving it, quarter throttle, half throttle, 3/4 all the way, but it doesn't have the feedback. But they do have pedal sets that have like the haptics with it that'll give feedback, like slamming on your brakes and you get the ABS kicking in, it'll actually kick back on it, or like just in general the feedback you get from wheels. So it's pretty close. I know some of the higher end direct drive wheels. So this one's a belt drive. It's actually sitting right here in front of me. You can kind of see the top of it here, but this one's belt drive, so it kind of has offset with a rubber belt with it, and you kind of feel it. So it has the force feedback, and so it kind of gives what you would with a car when you're feeling it. But the direct drive ones, like it's like spot on. People are saying to be like you're sitting in a race car and you're feeling it. So it's pretty interesting.
Can I ask, have you ever done one of those like fantasy driving experiences, like headed over to Dover or up to Pocono or anything, out of curiosity?
I have not. Actually, one of the guys I work with just did one at Dover. But I'd grown up, my dad did one, and it's always been on my list. It's a little out of my price range, but it has been on my list to want to do. Like at some
you got to
point.
find somewhere to win it. You got to find like a radio contest to win it. You're I don't know how far you are from Dover, but you're probably close enough that some radio contest will happen. You can make
that it would be. I would love to do it, and because the guy that I work with that did it, he was like, and he was like, he was like, yeah, they do it by gear and RPM. And he was like, yeah, like, he's like, I almost got all the way, didn't go, it wasn't over 150 miles an hour, but he did a ride along as well. And he's like, they were going like 175. And he was like, yeah, but he's like driving it himself. He was like, it was awesome. And I'm like, now I'm jealous and I want to do it.
Yeah, I was only curious feedback wise because like I've never hit race car speeds on. I mean, there's one time I've hit digits I shouldn't have only because there was an emergency that required me to move down the highway, and I said I will happily talk with whoever needs to pull me over for this if this happens. But like I've never come close to having to feel the exact circumstances of trying to make those turns and not die. on the angles or anything. You know, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
I will say, at least on the feedback from the wheel, like, because I actually did run Dover at for the NASCAR iRacing series, and yeah, like when you got loose, you get loose, and like, and that's any track really. Like you feel it in the wheel, like that whole like, you know, if you've ever either messed around like in the snow and like done a couple donuts. I mean, we all have, right? You know,
yeah, well,
but like you feel
like hydroplaning, even like
or that too,
yeah.
Yeah, like the whole the wheel goes just dead, and then all of a sudden it catches, and you're trying to like you're doing that during the race. Like it's wild. Like it's definitely a different experience than arcade racing or playing on a controller or Mario Kart. You know, I'm using tilt controllers, so you know.
So let's get into iRacing and the whole thing, because when any racing game I play, I'm not even sure I know where the brake button is. I'm just, it's just go and turn, and the car will, generally does.
Spoken like a guy from Jersey.
The car generally makes, ridiculous turns that obviously can't actually happen here. But when you're doing iRacing, right, you have to hit the brake and drive on correct lines, or the car will fly off, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like damage is realistic. You're racing side by people, and you're having to actually like think about picking lines. And before I started into iRacing, because the wheel came with a free 30 days of like the premium Xbox Game Pass, so I was like, sweet, I'm gonna test out some different games with it and see. So I was doing was that Forza Horizon 5, and like you could bump and bang with cars all day, it's not a problem, there's nothing against it. Like in iRacing, like there is a cap, you get incident points. So whether you're going, like if you're road racing going off track, or you make contact with someone, you accrue points. And most of the lower tier races that I'm in is if you get 17 points, you're automatically disqualified. So you're pulled from the race, you're done, like you don't get to finish. And so it's definitely interesting that you're sitting there. Like I'll practice for a couple hours on a track before I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go into a race, as opposed to, Mario Kart or any other racing game. You're like, I'm just going to hop in and see what happens. Like you don't want to do that because it affects your rating. And you also have another thing called safety rating. So that like determines your licenses and stuff. So you're actually like practicing like you would to like compete. So
you've competed, like you said, you did one recently.
Yes.
Right?
So I was streaming because I was going to do the NASCAR racing series. I made it up to the C license, and it was definitely tough. And they're doing half the amount of laps as the official NASCAR races, and I'm like, man, that is just mentally draining. So I did Dover, I did Iowa, and then I was like, let me take a step back, because running 175 laps in a night was just, it's a lot. It's mentally draining. My hands were shaking by the end. And luckily the series, like the other series that they have, they run every hour. It's only 40 laps. So I moved back down to the ARCA series, and I picked up my first win. But like, it was like, and it's not easy. Like I started back in 6th and fought my way up, and I held it for 23 laps, but then turn around, the next day, go back, and I'm finishing, 3rd or 4th, but I'm still fighting the whole way for all 40 laps. And it's a lot of fun.
I was going to ask about that. How do you stay engaged and like not tired doing what's the most amount of laps you did?
That one was Iowa. I was up. Well, I ended up, was I a lap? I was 11 laps left to finish in the race. And unfortunately, someone got loose in turn 1 and took me out. And again, realistic damage put me into the wall, and my race was done. So I think we were at, what's that? Yeah, it was 164. And that one was, I had Trash Doc as my spotter. So he was actually just watching from the stream, and he was on Discord with me, and because he had some pit strategies and all that stuff. So we're talking through. So basically, during cautions and stuff, I was streaming it, so I was interacting with chat, which kind of kept me focused. But like just the constant engagement with someone kind of helps, because they do allow spotters in the races, which is nice. And I think that's the biggest thing, because if it was just me and just racing, like the shorter races, it's easy, but the longer ones, you're just kind of, it's real quick and easy to like just lose that focus and just zone out. And next thing you know, you're into a wall.
Well, that was the next thing, because I know you had Trash Talk kind of as your crew chief on it. And I was going to ask, is it more just a voice to chat with and just like stay away, or is he actually, doing stuff that helps you in the race?
So he's doing both. Like he's running numbers. We're looking at how much fuel I have, looking at pit strategies, because we have 6 sets of tires, and then of course fuel with it. And you're looking at, okay, if we a full tank can run you 40 laps, we're looking at, if a caution comes out between 30 and 35 laps into that fuel tank, like, hey, are we going to take the chance and pit now, or are we going to risk it and be like, hey, stay out, gain some positions, and then hope for another caution, so we're not pitting under green, or looking at, with it is it's called an open setup, so you can adjust stuff on the fly in the pits, so changing spring offsets and things like that. So you're like, okay, we're going to drop the car just a little bit to make it a little bit faster, because we're 20 laps left in the race here, and we're going to just burn it up in this last 20 laps, because we're already gain that little bit of edge with downdraft and all that. So there's a lot of more strategy than just a voice with someone to talk to. So
I just have to say, I'm really appreciative of the documentary Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, that I understood a great deal of what you said there.
It's a great documentary. I mean, highly recommend it for those that haven't seen it. And it's an amazing story.
Oh man, coming back from being paralyzed, dude, it sounds absolutely amazing. It's just an amazing story. But so I mean, just the way you're talking about this game, it feels like you. I feel like I couldn't play this game because I have zero NASCAR knowledge, like whatsoever. So I'm struggling just with our little arcade one that we play. Circuit. I'm struggling on Circuit Racer.
Yeah,
and I got people like Funk who I know are hitting these ridiculous lines that I can't figure out how to get this car to go faster. I was like, I've got no chance doing this. Just listening to you right now.
I half joked about it when Trash Talk was looking to be crew chief for me and all that. I was like, this is gonna be like Days of Thunder. Like, you give me a car, I'll drive it. Like, I have no, like, I grew up, like watching NASCAR, had an opportunity in his rookie season to meet Jeff Gordon, won a contest to go to a race, saw Richard Petty. So I've always enjoyed racing, but I am not like super, like, I'm a shade tree mechanic when it comes to vehicles. Like, I can do stuff, but I'm not like, oh, I know what to do here to make this, make the car a little tight, little loose, all that. I was like, just tell me what I need to do and I will drive this car. And it's basically what I joked with them about. I'm going to be like Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder. I'll drive it. I got it. Just tell me what to do.
See, my credentials are a lot better than yours, because number one, I've driven in Philly, I've driven in the suburbs, I've driven in rural areas, great driver. I worked at Lowe's during the entire stretch of Jimmy Johnson's championship run for NASCAR. Both before I was there, he did not win, and after I left, he did not win. So that clearly makes me qualified for this.
That 100%.
Strap me in, boss. I'm ready to go. Let's.
I want to go fast.
I want to go fast. I want to go fast.
That's the best I got.
Yeah, cars, that's what post-race interviews, it's like, yeah, car went really fast out there. Felt like I was in a spaceship, and I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah, that's... But I will say that I do have to, speaking about the races and the endurance and all that, I gotta tip my hat to those in the E-Racing Association, because I do watch when I can the NASCAR, the NASCAR Coca-Cola series, and you have people like Bobby Z running in there, and there's several others. They're on different teams, but with different teams, but they're part of ERA, and I think there's 4 or 5 people that are in the Pro Series, and just the amount of dedication and the laps that they're laying down is absolutely wild, and it's pretty cool to see. And I'm actually looking forward to, I know they just changed the date on it, but I am planning to try to qualify for the fall Omega Cup being run at Echo Park, which is the old Atlanta track, and so that'll be fun to see. Because I was looking at when they did their summer one, and it was just wild to see. So I'm interested to seeing a bunch of pros coming off of the season and see if I can get on the track with them. So it'll be fun.
Well, let's jump from one hyper realistic sim to another one as we hop into World of Warcraft here. And I'll ask right off the bat: is this a recent addition for you as well? Is that what we're discussing with our 3 today, or has this been a longer term game for you?
It is it's a recent addition, coming up on about 2 years of playing. Yeah, Evil Vixen got me into it, and which I had a buddy joke about. He said usually when people get into WoW and they get their significant other in there, it's usually the other way around. Like you don't hear the hear the girlfriend being like, "Hey, you should come join me in WoW." It's not a.
You had to know coming in this was going to be a requirement, though. That was had to be part of the negotiations.
Oh yeah. Like, but that's the thing is, like, I was like, I'll give it a shot. Like, I think I tried it because when one of the companies I worked for before, one of the guys I worked with played it, and they do the whole up to level 20 free edition, and I think it was like 20. This would have been 2012, 2013. And looking at my characters, they're level 2 and level 3. So like I picked it up and was like, I don't no idea what I'm doing, and this doesn't interest me. And then all of a sudden picking it back up, like I don't know if it was just just wanting to play with Evil, but like I was all in on it as well, because it was just like I'm immersed in it, and maybe it's being able to understand and her giving a little more backstory of lore and like characters, and like how I usually play a tank type character and she's a heals, and it's like works really well playing the game. And like I've enjoyed it so much. I don't know exactly how many hours I have. I don't have any towards her level at all. I think she has over 2,000, but I'm definitely in the hundreds now. And it's one of those things we'll be hanging out and be like, hey, you want to hop in WoW? And there's just so much to do too, because they have the classic, like the vanilla classic. They have right now it's Mista Pandaria classic, and then they have the retail, which is like what everyone's kind of used to seeing. But there's just so much to hop around and do that it's just a blast.
All right, so let's get the important stuff out of the way for race, class, things along those lines. You want to build a tank build. That much is obvious. So, so what'd you pick?
So we'll go with the three different. So in retail, my current main is a Death Knight, and I don't. One is because Evil said it's her favorite character or like class, or excuse me, race to heal with the tank wise, but it's also I've come to love it because it has self heals as well. So like when we're in dungeons or we're just around fighting elites and things like that, like I'm able to be like, hey, if you're taking damage, like focus on yourself, get your heals. I can do a little self heals until you're good to go and you can come back to healing me. And it just felt so overpowered. I shied away from it when I first started because I came in when they were doing Wrath of the Lich King classic, because in that time with that expansion, when you did a Death Knight, you came in at max level. So you started off, and so I was like, well, I'm a brand new player. I don't want people looking at me being like, this guy's level 60 and doesn't know what he's doing. So on retail, you come out of the starter area around level 8 or 9. And that was a lot easier to build up to, getting to max level. So I got really good with understanding the mechanics, and you can tell that they understood, because with the new expansion, with the War Within, that there was a huge nerf to Death Knights, because it was just like we were going in and just wiping people with it. But then on the classic side, I ran as just as a warrior, and same thing in vanilla as well. And that's just because it's just the tanky type role that I enjoy. And there's different mechanics with it to learn, but I've gotten enough to like I could switch back between any of the types of WoW and still pick up right where I left off. So
are you guys running a clan now? Are you just kind of jumping into other groups? What do you do?
So in In retail, we do have our own threat level midnight. That's the one that
Nice.
Evil started, and so that's where we've been trying to recruit people here and there. We have some couple people like Lazy Pie that have brought in their alts into it, so we kind of get together. But just in the meantime, we've just been kind of just running quests right now in Mist of Pandaria. We're just trying to max level to get to the Mist of Pandaria stuff because you have to be max level before it opens in the classic side. And then we started the vanilla classic because I had like no lore understanding, and then I just watched, well, I guess this was a couple months ago, watched the Warcraft movie, and I was like, I want to know everything. And so we just started from the beginning, and there is a way that we found online, basically how you can play through the entire story to be able to like get all that lore. And so it's like, oh, when you reach this level, you'll move to this expansion. When you get to here, you'll move here. Then you'll move to retail at this point. So it gathers it all up. And so that's kind of how we started there. And that's what we've been playing. We've just been kind of, I'd say, I'm soloing, but it's us, duoing it together. Biggest thing right now in retail we're looking forward to is the new expansion Midnight that's coming out in December, I believe
it's before the end of the year. It's all.
Housing is coming in. So you can build a house and have like a neighborhood with like you and your clan, or like where I said guild. And you can, or like you can just kind of have it in the public area, but like there's actual like housing, which is going to be super cool because Evil plays or played, because she hasn't played for a while, but EverQuest, but that was a big draw for her for it was the housing, because you can have people come visit and show off all your achievements and the stuff that you have. So I'm really excited to see what WoW does with it and the videos that they've showed. We did sign up for beta access. We haven't gotten an email about it yet, but we'll see. But it looks like it's going to be really cool.
Here are the mounted heads of those I have defeated. The tears of my enemies are in these vials over here. Please drink it all in. Enjoy.
Look, but don't touch.
Yeah, the movie's one that like I think was underappreciated at the time. Ray, you went to a dumb fun fact. You know who was the director of the Warcraft movie?
Tell me, who's the director of the Warcraft?
If you ever saw a movie called Moon, it was a guy named Duncan Jones who made that movie also. But do you know who he is?
No, I have no idea.
Do you know who David? Do you know who David Jones is?
I have no idea who David Jones
that is the name of David Bowie, who could not go by David Jones because Davy Jones of the Monkees took that name, and it's David Bowie's son who ended up making the Warcraft movie.
I did not know that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So he nerded out and like went all in on this, and people did not appreciate how much nerddom went into the Warcraft movie. And alas, Bromain dug it up. He brought it back out. I was hooked deeper.
I was impressed, and I was like, why? But same thing, like the underappreciation of it, I guess. Because I was like, why haven't they made more of these?
It wasn't made for wide appeal. That was the problem.
Yeah, I was blown away. I was like, this is so good. They did such a good job. Because now, especially playing it, I'm like, I want to see more. Like,
so how did you come in? Because you were coming into a hardcore Worldcraft scenario, right? You know, Evil Vixen's been playing since the dawn of the game, and you have not. And
yes.
You know, you're also coming into the clan and you want to avoid being that guy who's like, okay, this is my boyfriend, as she's coming in muscling through people, and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, and trying not to eat paste in the corner. How did you level yourself up? Was it just that you found the character that fit your play style and did it, or was there like side Rocky montages happening at night when you're just like 3 a.m. going over and cracking the game open and blasting some Eye of the Tiger to keep things going, or what?
So there's like a little bit of both. So this was before we were living together, and so we try to play together when we could, and so we're doing that together. But then when she would be streaming, that's when I'd have the stream up, hanging out with everybody, doing all that, and I'd be just grinding away, like just trying to catch, because that's the biggest thing.
Just Gonna Fly Now playing in the background as he's running up the equivalent of the World of Warcraft Rocky steps, basically, in the art museum. Yeah.
Exactly, and it was just grinding. So I was like, this is, because it was one of those things like, be like, I want to show how impressive and awesome I am, that she's going to be blown away. There's like, this guy really knows his stuff. But like, I get into some I would say hyper focus when it comes to some game stuff, and like I was down the rabbit hole of leveling guides and like okay, what's my spell rotations, how, what mob sizes I can pull, things like that. Like I went down a rabbit hole, and Evil joked about it. She's like, you by far are probably, and she's not just hyping me up, because she's like, by far one of the best tanks that I've healed, because she's like, I have done raids with people and we're asking tanks like, why didn't you do this? And they're like, wait, I can do that. And like they were playing for years and didn't understand their character fully. And it was just me trying to be like, I just want to be like, yes, I didn't want to be the one eating paste in the corner being like, well, I smashed stuff. That's all I got.
Look what I did. Look what I did. I got the little goblet. Yeah, you don't want to be that.
Yeah, I can contribute to the dungeons and just mission or quests in general, and be able to help out. So it's been a blast just playing together with her.
All right, so we jump one more game here. We've got racing. We have World of Warcraft. It's a lot of multiplayer, and I'm guessing this is more multiplayer too. At least I know it was for me. Splatoon 3.
Yeah.
Splatoon 3. When did you start playing Splatoon 3?
After Splatoon, probably I'd say a month after Splatoon 3 came out. I had a brain fart with it and forgot that I don't even know how I forgot it was released, but I was like,
you were streaming this for a whole bunch too. I don't know, that totally blanked out of my head. I was like, wait, I played while you were streaming. I forgot about this.
Yeah. And so like originally it was Hunna and Ganon Slayer that got me interested, thanks to the cart group. And that was before 3. It was before 3 was announced. And they were talking about it. I was like, wait. There's a Nintendo shooter that is, multiplayer. It's really competitive. It was like, this sounds like something I want to get to. And then of course in my head I'm envisioning the Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, because it's Hunna and Ganon Slayer being like, you don't want any part of this. You don't want any part of this, Dewey. Like, it's super addicting.
You don't
like,
want none of this, Dewey.
Yeah. I feel like I want to be a part of this. And they're like, okay. If
you don't understand, it's going to take all your time. You're going to have this. You're going to be shooting. You're going to be playing games with your friends all night. You're going to be having a good time with all the colors on the screen, Dewey. You don't want none of this.
You need an S rank.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. That's a hard subject. Let's not talk about that. No. But they told me, they're like, hold off, because 3 is going to be announced here soon, and get 3 is like, because they haven't dropped the price of 2 at all. And the game, was originally it was on the Wii.
To be clear, they still have not dropped the price of Splatoon 2 in 2025.
And so I was like, all right, I'll hold off on it. And I think maybe it was a couple weeks after it came out. I was like, there it is. Like I feel like I was gonna buy this game, and everybody's gonna. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it. And I got into it, and I was like, exactly that. I was like, oh, this is addicting. Like I don't know how I could hold back on this. Like. It is a blast. I'm not playing it as much right now, but I'm still like, I'll still be like one of those, like I'm in a shooter mood and I'm like over to Splatoon, and I will same thing, get hyper focused and just play for hours, because one, the colors are beautiful. It is frustrating, fun, and it just feels rewarding. Like a good splat is just so rewarding, and there's just so many different ways to play. And talk about the multiplayer, like I kind of touched the single player. I did get Side Order, so I have played the Side Order DLC, but like the multiplayer is where it's at. Like they could solely sell it on the multiplayer, and I think everyone would be happy. It's because there's just so much to do, and it's just a blast.
I'm surprised they haven't. I didn't play a single mission in the solo player, other than whatever they forced me to do to get into the multiplayer, into the multiplayer hub. Didn't touch it. Motion controls, right?
So I started without them, and of course the splat squad,
the aforementioned Hunna and Ganon Slayer started bullying you.
Yeah. To shame you
and subtly hinting very angrily, and was like, just give it a shot, just try it. And so I was like, man, this is really tough. And then after a while I was like, oh, this is the only way to play now. Like handheld, I can't do it. With a controller, absolutely, because once you just dial in those settings to where you have it and where it feels comfortable, it is just second nature. Because you think about it, like playing Mario Kart or any other game, like you're still moving your controller around, even if you're not using tilt controllers or like just around, you're still moving your controller and you're like, oh, I could just use this to go whichever way I want to look. And then I can just kind of go back and forth a little bit with the right joystick. And it just feels natural. Cause I'm like, okay, I want to look up here and I can just follow around with it. So I have adopted and stick by the motion controls.
Yeah, I think my motion controls I would do, like I would only use it for vertical. Because they have you can press like Y and immediately like switch where you're looking or spin. So I remember that I just gotta go up and down, and then have my like left right sensitivity real high, just gotta spin quickly. And I remember doing that. Man, if they give us Splatoon 4 and they say you could use a mouse,
oh man,
I'm back in. Like you tell me I can plug my mouse in, it's over.
I dug into this for a bit. And there was like, because I was like, can you hook up a keyboard and mouse to the Switch dock? And like, there's like workarounds.
Yeah.
And I was like, because playing any other shooter, I play keyboard mouse, and I'm like, man, I feel like it would be unstoppable being able to use a mouse. And then even if it was just like, just the mouse in general, just be super nice to have. So that would be awesome if that was something that was would be featured when they
it just
announced
Splatoon 4. It just feels like with the whole mouse features that the Switch 2 has.
Oh yeah,
you're
makes sense.
Just begging for it to be there. Right? Even if I could do it with a controller, even if I have to use controller to like push buttons, but I get to use the mouse just to aim. Like
I could see that almost like a just use the one Joy-Con and the other one as a mouse, but just be able to press. Yeah, I could totally see that because you have that little hand contraption thing anyway. So you could get.
It's basically what I do now.
Yeah, so it's like you could probably figure out something with it.
All right, we move on. Honorable mentions. We got 3 more games here. First one, we got Hogwarts Legacy. You've been posting about this recently.
Yes.
You're playing this right now. Is this the first time you've played it, or are you like replaying it again?
No, this is first time.
Oh, this is first time. This is amazing. This game, I love this game so much.
Yeah, so Evil has been playing it for a long time, and she's super into Harry Potter. Turns out, like, I was apparently the only guy that hadn't seen the entire Harry Potter series.
That's true. You might be the only person.
So we watched it, and she was like, "You have to watch." So we watched it through the entirety.
There are new children born every day. Otherwise, yes.
But I was talking to Chad about it while I was streaming, and I was like, yeah, this is like just finished watching it. It was amazing. Like I saw the first couple growing up. Like I read up to the Goblet of Fire. And then I remember checking out Goblet of Fire, and the librarian handed it over to me, and I just seen how thick it was, and I was like, yeah, I can't read that fast. You need this back in 2 weeks, not happening. And but so like I was like, yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers. And one of my friends was like, I'll give you a spoiler. You are the last person on Earth that has seen the series, so you're not going to spoil it for anybody. And I was like, fair enough. Okay. But anyway, so she was playing. So Evil was playing Hogwarts, and she continually plays. And then we found out there's a multiplayer mod, and so just so happened that a copy happened to show up in my Steam account, and I start playing, and I was like, okay, like this is interesting. Like I'm not really like trying to figure out all the lore behind it and all that, and then it gets to the point where I get conversation options. And every other game that I've played, I'm always worried that I'm like, I just need to be a nice guy. Like I've played the Fallout series. I do have one save where I blew up Megaton, and I felt so bad afterwards, and I never touched that save again. But like I've always been in like karma systems and things like that.
But this game is different.
Yes.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
It's not. The game wants it.
You don't have to make him feel better, Bromein.
The game wants this. Go ahead, Bromein.
So like every snarky response or things to be the bad boy, I'm like, I'm coming in 5th year. None of these people know me. I'm going to be that transfer student.
Right.
Everyone's scared of me. And let me tell you, it has pulled me in because one, I don't know how I ended up with this like this galaxy star robe, and that's all I wear now. And well, also right now with my character, he has a Renaissance hat with the feather, and I was like, oh, it just looks so good. But like because I'm wearing that, everyone else is in their normal black school robes with their houses and things like that. I'm like, nah, like I don't play by those rules. And so every chance I got, so now like down in like the grand foyer where the fountain is, you hear everybody talking crap about me. I absolutely love it. Like I'll walk by and I'll stop and turn and just listen to the conversation, and then go on with my business. And I also did not realize some of the progression with the quests. I'm only about 25 hours in, and I was playing, and what was Expellarium? It was one of the spells I didn't have, and I'm sitting here at level 13, and Evil's like, "Wait, go to your quests." And I was like, "Oh yeah." She's like, "What quest are you on?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just doing these side ones, just goofing around, doing all of that." And we go to one of the story ones, and it was like, "Oh, required level 3." And so I've just been off, just like doing all this other stuff, and come to find it. So now, like, I've done all these other, like, what is it? Find the one guy's carts. Like, he was like required level 2, and there I am at level 14, just blowing people away. And like, I just have so much fun with the dodge mechanic, the shield mechanic, and just the spells. Like, I'm just going around just finding people to fight.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, this is a blast. Like, I'm sitting here dodge rolling everywhere, finding all, like, even if I'm walking around Hogwarts, like, can I jump off this ledge? And like, yes, I did it, like jumping down a full story. Like, I'm just goofing around, but I'm having such a blast with it.
I was gonna say, so you enjoyed the combat system of this one.
Oh,
some people complain about it, and those people are wrong. But I was gonna ask you what you thought about it.
Oh man, I think it's great, because like I'll be sitting there like there's like pulling somebody in, Leviosaing them, setting them on fire, then someone's trying to strike me, so I throw up the shield, hits the guy again, blows him away, then I'm pulling another guy. Now I finally got to the talent points, which was funny because one of the quests you needed the talent points to do the quest to unlock it. And I'm like, oh, okay, so now that I unlocked it, I'm going to start getting talent points. No. It starts at 5, and I'm at 15, so I have 10 talent points. And now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can pull groups, I can pull mobs, I can set all the, like, that's one of my favorite things, is just to see what I can set on fire. And so I am very interested. I was like, since we're going the bad boy route, I was like, dark arts is the way to go. I haven't gotten too far down that rabbit hole, but I'm like, I'm very interested to see where this goes. So.
You can use them all right away. There is one of those gauntlets in the Forbidden Forest that everyone can walk in. So I'm not sure how forbidden it is, because everyone's allowed to walk through it anytime.
That was the thing too. I just did the Jack. What's his name? What's his last name there? I can't remember now. But it was did his quest to like where he died and do all that. Also, like, just nothing but that dungeon area being full of spiders. God, it was. I did it all, but I'm just like, they just keep coming out of nowhere. But like the fact that like just go in the Forbidden Forest, I'm like, well, why is it? I think that was one of my yes, my picture of my photo of the week was, why do they have these signs where like the Forbidden Forest is this way, and it's just an open bridge to go to it? I'm like, don't call it the Forbidden Forest if you just let me walk in.
Somebody somewhere might be forbidden, but it's not you.
Yeah.
So you've been playing the multiplayer mod, like with Evil?
Not yet.
Okay.
We're trying to figure that out, and
he has to earn his way. He has to earn his way into that.
I'm surprised that Warner Brothers has allowed. I mean, people have modded that game all over the place, and I'm actually surprised because the company's just like, yeah, whatever, just
have at it. Like, have fun.
Well, there's no competing DLC. Like, they got cranky about multiverses because that game was free based on skins. That's why they went after that one. This keeps it in the attention. They don't have to spend a dime. That's different.
I get news about it all the time. It's like, there's a new content, and it's like, it's not new content. Someone just made another put a mod that you can download if you want to.
And I feel like, especially with like Steam wise, there's a lot of games that go that way, because there's some other games I enjoy, like American Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator. The same thing. People just mod it all. They're like, hey, I made this trailer from this company that's a real life company. Here's the mod for it. Throw it in the game, and yeah, they're like, sounds great, cool. Are you as long as you're playing the game and buying the expansions and stuff that come with it, have at it. So I feel like that's the same way. They're like, if we can keep these people involved and keep adding DLC stuff to it,
until
like
Hogwarts
the people
Legacy 2 comes out, because they're working on Hogwarts Legacy 2. This is the only game they've made in the past like 4 years that's made any money, or not just has made money, that hasn't lost hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I could see why one, it's continues to be popular, and two, why people enjoy it. Because yeah, like again, just like WoW before, where I was like, I don't know if it's really my thing, and I'm like, oh, I'm super into this. Same thing. I was like, Harry Potter's cool, like I get it, but now I'm like, oh, because it's me and it's not like following the Harry Potter
Right.
series.
Yes. Hmm.
It's like, oh, I could do whatever I want with this. Like, oh, I'm into this. Like, I'm all in. Like, it's awesome.
That is interesting to hear because I always felt like this game was made for people that were already really into Harry Potter. Because I remember going around and saying, I know where this is supposed to be, and I go there and it's really there. Like
Yeah.
the people who made the game knew the story and everything. And so I always felt like it was made for people that already knew. So hearing someone who's not as into it enjoy it so much, it's interesting.
And
Like, that's
and
a
I
new
think
perspective.
that's why it's because like all the professors, like since it's like different timeline, like all the professors are different.
Yep. Mhm.
You know, there's still some tie to it with Professor Weasley and all that. Like there's still like lore ties, but it's not
It's its
enough
own
that you're
story.
like, I have to know
Yeah.
what's happening. That it's kind of just making its own thing.
All this we talked. What house are you in?
So I went through the sorting hat process.
Did you
Did you
really
do
have to
the-
ask, Ray? I thought he made this abundantly clear earlier.
Oh, well, I was gonna ask, like, did
No.
you do the Harry Potter app thing and then connect that to your game for the game to pick it for you?
I did not. I didn't know that was a thing, but I have done the test before and like the online stuff, and it sorted me into Gryffindor. Like, kind of makes sense. Adventurous,
Mhm.
outgoing. You know, the Sorting Hat put me in Ravenclaw, and like the
Mm.
smart people and like all that, and it was just the way I answered. I thought for sure, like, because I was kind of being snarky and things like that. I was like, Slytherin's, it's gonna be Slytherin, but it put me into Ravenclaw, and I'm like, all right, like, because it does ask, they're like, do you want to pick another one? I'm like, no, this is where the
That's what
game
you
thinks I
say.
should be, this is where I'm gonna be. So I've enjoyed it, and it was fun too, because Evil's Hufflepuff, and she's like, I've never got to see the Ravenclaw
Oh, the house.
common room,
Yeah, the common
and
room.
like, yeah, so like it was all like, so she got to see that, so that was really cool, and I was like, yeah, this is great. So
Oh, that's right. Evil gets the extra quest though because she picked Hufflepuff.
oh really, is that a thing?
Only Hufflepuff. Oh, Hufflepuff gets to go to Azkaban for a
Oh,
quest, and no one else does.
well, that's cool. I did not know that.
Yes. Also, I think there was like a PlayStation 5 exclusive quest. It
Oh.
might be out for everyone now, but I can't remember. Those are two random things that I knew about it.
Nice.
So you're still playing. You're just doing all the side quests, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
one day eventually you'll play the story.
That's the only problem I have with games like this, because it was the same thing with the Fallout series. I mean, I'm not gonna have like thousands of hours, but like Fallout 4, I think I have like close to 200 hours in it. And one, every time like I break away from it and come back, luckily I haven't done this with Hogwarts. I just start over, but like I just get so involved in side quests that like I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? And so that's what has happened so far, about 26 hours in, where I'm like, I am like, my main storyline progress is like level 7, level 8, and I'm sitting at, I think I just hit 16. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go back to that quest at some point. But then like I'll be walking along or flying now that I have a broom, and I'll be like, there's a thing over there. Oh, hey, there's a bad guy down there. I'm just gonna go down here and fight this guy.
Yeah, right,
like,
why not? Yeah, I'm looking right now. I've got, it says I have 250 hours playing this game, but I think mine was probably closer to like 150. I think my son probably has like 100 hours. He started playing, he started over again recently.
I will say too, like, I know the times are accurate, and maybe it's just because, get busy with work, school, and like coming back to games, and like I just find time to do it. And I was like, I swear I have more hours than this. And then I'm like, nah, it does keep track. And I'm just like,
I think that all the time. All the time I look at it, it's like, you have, like, I think Hades, it's like, you've played 18 hours. I was like, are you sure? Because
Yeah.
I've been playing this game for a year. You're telling me
Yeah.
I only have 18 hours in it? Are you sure? It's like, yeah, you play in the summer and then work starts and you
yeah,
play
it's
like 30
it was the same way with iRacing, because I use a telemetry tracker to like show like my laps and stuff like that. And like same thing, I was like, because it shows like how many hours per like track and vehicle, or like car, stuff like that. And so I started adding it all up because I didn't have a total, and it was like came up to like 70 hours. I was like, there's no way. Like I spend hours on this, and I'm like,
Yeah,
it's probably
70 hours.
accurate. Yeah, so it's 70 hours. It is tracking the data. It knows.
That's exactly. You have spent hours. This many. This is exactly how many.
This is it. Yeah.
I don't have a good transition like I did for World of Warcraft. I got nothing snarky. We're continuing on here, and again, I think
he's talked about Fallout a couple times. Oh, this is not Fallout, is it?
This is not Fallout at all.
This is what I do. That's how much
I'm sneaking in a bunch of games. I'm really just trying to keep everyone interested and see what comes next.
This isn't my area. Dan,
Just,
go ahead.
Dan,
Borderlands 4 just came out. You could have. It was right. It was right there. It was right there.
I don't know.
You know what I should do? You know, I should have made some notation in the notes here that he's looking at that says that my first question is asking if you're a longtime Borderlands player, or if this is purely continuing with our theme that these are games you've been brought into in the last 2 years.
So
this not Fallout. So this not Fallout related game.
It's not Fallout related at all. But there's a ton of games just like there is with the
There's a lot of dirt and dust and guns and weirdos and post-apocalyptic gear. I'll let him have it. I had to shame him prior to this.
I knew it was a spin-off. I knew this was like a spin-off of one of those things.
So that's is the thing. I did not know when I got into this.
Okay.
And so are we rolling into it, or we need to announce it? Or
roll. I'm sorry. I apologize. I did not introduce
at any point.
Oh, fine. All right, now you got me back. All right. So Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Fallout game that's not really a Fallout game. That's a spin-off.
Yeah, the not a Fallout game, a sidebar of the Borderlands series, but still not a Fallout game. But I had to notate here though that like this stings because I'm like this just came out last year, but no, it came out in 2022 anyway. So this game has been.
It's been 3 years.
Which I had no idea. All right, so
time sucks.
So we were, man. Let me tell you, and
it's very different though from the Border. Like, there's a lot of similarities and very different anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yes,
yeah,
100%.
Nothing like Fallout though.
It might as well be Fallout.
So how we came across this game was because of Sabas, he's on Channel 3, really good streamer. Evil rated off to him because they know each other from WoW and all that stuff. And he was playing this game. And I was like, because it started off, they were on this like tabletop and like there was these characters and it's kind of a top down and they're moving around.
It's a D&D. It's a non D&D themed D&D game in the Borderlands world.
And so then they went into to basically roll for initiation. They're going into into a situation. Then it cuts to first person shooter. And I was like, what is happening here? Graphics wise, I'm like, this looks a little like
where do you sign me up? Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is really cool. And then of course, the outcomes, as Sabas picked up a dice and they roll it. And I'm like, okay, first off, I like D&D. I actually have a D&D group. One of the guys that I worked with, he's moved on to another assignment, but we still keep in touch. And some of the guys that he grew up with, we all get together and play D&D through Beyond D&D online and all that. And so we do a Discord call and we have it. You pull up the screens and the Dungeon Master. He's amazing. Gorby, awesome dude. So like, again, hyper-focused stuff. They told me about this and I was like, again, as you see, there's a thing that I get really involved in the stuff where I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, this is amazing. Like, because I always try to keep it open.
Chicken, you don't want none of this. It's a first-person shooter. But it's got D&D elements. You don't want none of this, chicken.
Same thing. Like, after started to play D&D, I have a D&D notebook that I keep all my stuff in. I have a D&D coaster over here. I've 3D printed dice. One of the guys in the group had a wedding, and for his wedding stuff, I'm actually gonna pull it down off here to show it. They 3D printed as gifts. See if I don't knock anything down here. 3D printed a dice roller / a drink holder. So you put your dice in there, and it comes out like that. Like so, like it's a blast. And let me get all this stuff back up here before I knock anything down. But anyways, so
we're itching. We're scratching several itches here.
Yes. And so then Saba says, hey, it's free on Epic for like the next, because I think it was through Prime Gaming. It was free on Epic for like a month or two. And so both Eve and I were like, let's just pick it up and see. So we pick it up, go to open it up, start playing. She's not the best at first-person shooters with motion sickness. So we're like, there's got to be something because, again, we're talking about modding. First time I've modded a game. Found a third-person mod for the game. Absolutely game-changing because you design your character and everything like that. And you don't get to see your character. I'm like, this isn't fun.
I didn't know if there were mirrors in there to accidentally see your character. Yeah.
And so mod both of our games, and it's a immediately game changer for her. I've learned because I was playing on controller. I learned that I can swap in and out of first person and third person. So when I'm just running around the map, I'll be in third person. But then once you actually are engaged with people, I'll actually zoom into first person and start fighting there, then just back out. But then we're like, what was this top down look that we were seeing on the stream? And it was basically, Tiny Tina built a D&D map, and that is how you go from level to level, and you're basically working your way through this tabletop D&D and going into instances, and it is an absolute blast. Like we've been playing here and there, like it's one of those ones that will be like, let's pick it up like here and go just run a couple levels and stuff, but it is really fun because the elements of D&D and the elements of Borderlands with it. And that's where I didn't realize it was a spin-off of it, because I played Borderlands 1, I played Borderlands 2. I do have the pre-sequel, Tales from the Borderlands, and Borderlands 3, but like every time I'm like, I started Borderlands and Borderlands 2 on PS3, and then I ended up there on sale on Steam. And Steam always gets me with their sales every time. They sure do. But started playing, so pick those up, and I start playing again, and I start going through. But like for some reason, sometimes I'm just like, it's just not really pulling me in. But yeah, Tiny Tina's just like, I'm like, this is amazing because it scratches all the itches with ridiculous lore, with Borderlands style stuff, with Borderlands humor. And it's just a really all well put together game
without having to worry about loot boxes either.
There you go.
It's its own self-contained thing. Like even as I'm watching like the Borderlands Sport channel, I'm just happy they're happy. But like, they're chasing loot boxes down. No, thanks. I'm done. I'm out. Yeah, I had to update here. My between Prime and Epic Weekly, my Epic library is up to 334, and I've maybe played
and there's definitely
outside of like Fortnite, Fall Guys, and like whatever, and Multiverses. I might have played once on there. I've played like 3.
You haven't touched anything on it, right?
Which reminds me, I need to do my what new game are you playing this week? Because that's what I'll sit there with Evil and be like, all right, let's go through the list of games I haven't touched. What one should I do this week?
325 to go in the Epic library alone. I've got GOG sitting over here too, and
Oh, man.
again, Epic. I mean, Prime Gaming has been pillaging or overloading that one for me while it's at it too. So
yeah, that's how I've come across a bunch of the games that I have put or started playing, then put down, then pick back up. Is just because it's like, oh, this game looks interesting, or hey, I've seen somebody stream this one, and I'm like, now I have it for free, and now I want to check it out. And so it's been, but yeah, like the fact was, Prime Gaming, GOG. There's one other one. Epic, they just started listed. I don't know how many games I have now, but I'm just like, I have them, and now we have these weekly quests, so why not?
That's the idea, is force you to play something.
I'm at 100 and I'm at 114.
So rookie numbers, Ray. You got to pump those numbers up.
Because I don't click the ones that aren't not interested.
You got to just get them all.
Why?
You don't have to click them all.
Why wouldn't you just add them?
I don't need to.
Then I sort them into sections. I put them in I'm never going to play this dumb little clickbait game.
That's
Get out of here.
One of my games. I do want to play this Mars one. Deliver us Mars.
Deliver us Mars. Nothing but good things I've heard. There's your new game for next week, Ray.
There it is.
New game.
When you get your Rogue, Ray, and you're not constrained
when I get the Xbox Rogue X, man, life.
It's over.
It's life changing. Well, no, when I finish Shadow Labyrinth, if I ever finish it, because it just keeps going and going, and it's it's just an old school, we don't care about you kind of game. Like you finish it when we decide you're finished. Like,
you're done when I say you're done.
Like, we're not here for you. And I really appreciate it, but also I might finish Silk Song before this one finishes because it just keeps going.
Bromein, I need you to dial up that you're done when we say you're done about 35% more and run that back for me, please.
Oh, you remember that? You're done when I say we're done.
One more time.
One more time. You're done when I say you're done.
There we go.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
I tell you,
I'm leaving all of this in to be clear.
like Shadow Labyrinth, real old school. We don't care about you kind of feel as you play that game, and I love it, and I love every second of it.
All right.
But
Well,
it
let's
definitely hates you.
a game you found on streaming to a streaming game. Marbles on stream. I don't need even. We're gonna ask where this one came in just for the sake of bringing it home. First of all, second of all, let's just talk through it.
So it's not Fallout. So let's just make that clear.
First of all, I'm not sure about that. You can say that, but I'm not sure yet.
So knowing Marbles on stream, but not knowing what it was called, goes back to the Dad Gaming.
Yeah, the Rocket League filler
the
days.
giveaways, the filler
play
stuff,
marbles.
play marbles. And I'm like, what is this thing they keep throwing up? Because I'm just starting my streaming and being involved in group. I'm like, how do they do this? Because like this is really cool, and like chat's being in there, and I'm like, my mind's blown, and I'm like researching, and it's as simple as Marbles on stream. So see all that stuff, figured out. First time I do it was actually for a giveaway. I think when I hit 125 followers on Twitch. But then of course, where it really comes into play is with the Marbles Queen herself, with her balls emote, and just having everybody on Saturday night for a balls meeting, and but with
and random other times you're just like, oh no,
like,
there's a marbles race running, get in there.
But the marbles craze hit Channel 3 by storm. Like people knew about it, but it's like everybody getting together in the schoolyard. I feel like I'm like dating myself, but like, did anybody really play marbles that much? I did growing up, but like, no, not everybody was like gathering around the schoolyard being like, let's do this thing. You know, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! It's time to duel. But no, like everyone in Channel 3 loves this game. I love this game. It is such a good game to like, whether let's say you want to stream, or you just want to hang out, or you just want to get together with the crew. Hands down, everyone can look at each other and be like, marbles.
There
like,
are
let's
two
get
options.
Those balls out.
There are two options to your point for marbles on stream. Option one is Evil's way of, we're just gonna hang out and like we're gonna vibe and everybody's gonna chill and we're gonna chat and everything's all good. And then there's Ray and I who are being hyper ridiculously obnoxious about how intense the race is and calling the matches. Those are your
real.
Those are your two options.
Real.
There's the only two choices you have if you're going to play marbles.
Yes, I agree. And yeah, Evil does a great job of streaming it. Like it's just it's entertaining, and it's just fun to talk about things that are great with Channel 3.
Yeah,
Getting taglines from everything.
She's just bartending when she does it. Yeah.
Yeah, like because like everybody's like, I want to win, or when they don't start winning, they're like, I want to die the most. And it's like I've never played a game where I was like, how many times can I die tonight? Like,
why did I win? Why did I win?
Oh, I scored 2 points.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm supposed to be in last place, bringing up the rear. My ball is over here, just trying to win for me. Like I can't even control it. I'm yelling at it.
37 marbles died this race, but mine had to be the only one to finish, and it was race 15 out of 16. Come on!
This is complete bull honky. Yeah, like. But I just think it's fun. Like we just did the Channel 3 Championship Series with marbles, like random night marbles. We're bringing back the NASCA's bringing back the daytime.
Yeah, NASCA's got the daytime running strong.
Like, anytime you want to throw your ball on the track, throw your balls on the track. Like we're here for it. So it's it's a blast. Marbles is just so much fun, and that's why I was like, I gotta put this on the list, because really the theme, I guess you could say, when I was trying to think of this list was what am I currently playing? What am I hyper focused on recently? Because we already touched on in the pilot episode, what is my Mount Rushmore and all that. So it's like, but what is one? And I was like, I had to be in the honorable mentions as marbles, because you could bring up marbles to anyone in the crew, and hands down, they'd be like, wait, we're playing marbles? When? Where? We can, exclamation point play. Like, I'm ready.
The beacons are lit. Everybody must rise.
Yeah.
Everybody rise.
Yeah. It's like the seagulls from Finding Nemo. Balls, marbles.
Lose every single time.
All right, so what's your marble skin? Do you default? Do you got your own? You just get what's on the stream? What do you do?
So I don't have my own. And that's the thing is like if I looked at it, like I've only done it myself with when I did the giveaway, and I haven't done since. I just joined everybody else's. So my two go-tos, you guys have, is it number 5? I call it the emo ball. It's like the all black ball. Is it 5?
Oh, that's down to the
I'm not
9,
gonna-
I think. That's
Or is it
I'm not gonna
nine?
pretend that I know which.
It's yeah, but it's like the
well,
full,
it goes,
the
except for
blackout
when
ball.
when Ray jacked up the Roijabiv for the
I didn't realize it was,
T3CS.
I had no idea it was in Rojibev.
So for channel 3 events,
It's at the end of the Roijabiv, the black's
there
got
you
its
go.
own
Yeah,
spot
there it is, the bottom. That one, yes. That's my go-to, the emo ball. Just all in my feelings because either I can't win or I'm just gonna die, one of the two. But then for Evil Stream, it's the Moo Maid, which I believe is !play 2 because it's half mermaid and then half cow spots. And it's just the Moo Maid. I've just stuck with it. After she put it in there, I was like, I know she has the sub ones and the other ones, but I was like, nope, Moo Maid every time. I will run that back all night.
All right, what's your strategy when you're going in? When you're dropping your marble, do you try and like really put the psychic energy out there in support of your marble? Do you just hit play and not pay attention and just hope for the best? Do you what's your strategy for doing the best you can here?
I usually try to throw something after I put in the ! play. I usually try to put something in chat, something motivational that I hope my ball hears me. You know, like it'll be like Moo Maid, give me strength, or come on, you know, with the emo ball, express your feelings. This is the race, like something. I just try to throw it in there,
Just
that
a little
the
support.
energy, yeah, because you know, I ! Boost or turbo or banana or something. It's not going to do anything. You know, it's not going to do anything. I just a little motivational speech right before, and just be like, this is the one.
Good enough for me.
All right, now we go to the future. A game you are looking forward to. You tested this one out too. We got Battlefield 6. So this is not Call of Duty.
This is not.
This is not there. They come back. I'm impressed. You played this on PC.
Yes.
But they deemed your PC worthy of playing because when my PC was told that I had so many settings wrong and I was a security risk because I was not allowed to play. So I'm glad your PC passed.
You played a
passed the
Valorant
test.
game? You played a Riot game? You're out.
That's
Well,
got to be it.
See, and that's it. Like I've gotten my stuff kicked in so much by League of Legends that I've just given up on that. Valorant, like I'm now not touching it. Because Fortnite was really the only thing. But no, I did have to because there was something off in my boot settings about
Thank you.
secure
Yep.
boot. I didn't have
said no.
because I downloaded it, got it downloaded. Everything was great. Went to launch and it was like, yours isn't secure boot. I'm like, why? What are you talking about? And like I went down like a 45-minute rabbit hole, and I was like, I'm gonna play this game. Like I am going to beta test it. I'm gonna try this. So I went through everything. I changed all my settings and the BIOS and everything like that, and got it to work. And let me tell you, then the COD community, you can light your torches now and sharpen your pitchforks, but what you are looking for in a battle game when it comes to just shooters is Battlefield 6 is bringing it. Like I was blown away. So I had on the PS3, I had Bad Company 2, which I enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. Tried Battlefield 3, wasn't super into it. Played a little bit of the story game, the main storyline, which is kind of fun with it. But like Bad Company 2 was definitely what it was. It was very much squad centric, smaller matches, things like that. I did pick up, and this was 2 years ago when Fortnite had like the big like couple day or was it week thing that they were down for like one of the updates. And so a bunch of us that I played with, we picked up 2042. And I go back to it every now and then. The big maps where it's the 128, so 64 versus 64 as opposed to 32 versus 32 is absolutely nuts. And like I still have fun with it, but I'm like, I am so lost. But jumping into Battlefield 6 with the beta, I was like, if there's a game that's twisting my arm to be like, I haven't purchased a full price game since actually since Splatoon 3. And I was like, if this one's twisting my arm, do I want to spend $70? But like it was put together well enough for what I'm looking for in a shooter, almost, pushing the mil sim line, because I have a couple mil sim games that I play which are super tough anyways. But this is what, like, I was having a blast with it. Like, even as I was dying, I was still like, this is fun, as opposed to other shooters and like COD and things like that where I was like, I just die over and over and I'm like, this is not fun. I don't know why I'm wasting my time with this. And it was just a blast all around with, being in vehicles and just the different classes. And I think why this is going to be a big deal for the release with it too, because one, they saw just big numbers with the beta, but is COD has almost gone the route, and like I said, you could throw spears with it and all that stuff, where it's almost pushing Fortnite-esque. And I liked Fortnite for Fortnite with the cartoonish skins and characters and everything going on. And now I'm looking at, COD games and matches that people are playing, and there's, you have your regular players in there, but then you have your cartoon skins, and now they have these finishers, and I'm like, what is happening, and what happened to the COD that I knew?
Well,
And
they're even noticing that, because they said, "Hey, we're gonna do Black Ops 7," which is already weird. They're doing two Black Ops games back to back.
Mhm.
They say, "Hey, we're gonna not have those fancy skins in Black Ops 7." Like,
kind of,
clearly, they've noticed, like, ooh, maybe we went too far.
yeah, went too far, because like I could see, like, if maybe you made it a whole separate mode or something on that side,
right.
but like Fortnite has their thing and all that. Let them have it. Like, when I think of Call of Duty, I'm thinking, in the last one I really got into was Modern Warfare 2 back in like 2010. But like Battlefield, like, I always enjoyed on the PlayStation with Bad Company 2, was really enjoying that. And it brought back that vibe with Battlefield 6. And I'm like, I'm very interested to see on release what the player base does when it comes to shooters in general. And I think they're going to have the market cornered for a while, because it's giving everything, because it's not too over the top. A lot of the maps that I played were a perfect mix of, open ground with close quarters combat with the vehicles. I feel like there weren't too many, that they were just everywhere, or there wasn't, like, I actually played the other weekend, open back up 2042, and like I had an F-22 dive bomb running us at the spawn point, and I'm like, this is a little ridiculous. So I'm sitting there in a tank on the 50 cal, just taking them out as they come by. But I was like, but I wasn't getting that vibe in the beta of Battlefield 6. And I'm like, this is pushing the direction that everybody wants, and it's going to bring back that multiplayer experience I think everybody's looking for in a shooter.
All right, well, now we move on to a question from the Channel 3 history books that we picked to discuss. This week, we says lefty or righty.
Ooh, this year's with the lefty or righty. I'm lefty.
So gaming challenges like you're a keyboard mouse player. Do you feel that's intuitive while you're trying to work through the mouse? Like, no interference at all? Do you feel like sometimes you're like, oh, I wish this worked differently?
So, as a lefty...
Like, yeah, I'm just curious, because like I don't play keyboard mouse much, but I even think like QWERTY wise, and like I'm like, no, this just feels like it would be weird to try to play opposite handed if I were
on keyboard. You can map your buttons.
True.
I don't know if you know about the greatness of PCs. You can pick whatever button you want.
Yeah.
Bromein started doing some funky hand gestures. I need to know what happened.
So no, like talking like just lefty in general, like I don't know what it is about just living in the right-handed world, is I've learned to do, not being like ambidextrous or anything like that, but like being my left hand dominant stuff has become easier with doing stuff with my right, I guess. Like, in a way, you say, like, so you look at understanding how to use it to be where I'm comfortable with my left hand to do everything, as opposed to, like, say for instance, like I play guitar, or I play bass as well, stuff like that. So music wise, like, you think like, oh, why don't you just switch it to make it more comfortable? It's like, no. Like, I don't have to worry about my right, because I can go autonomously, and I'm sitting there doing everything else with my left. So like being able to do everything with my left hand just makes it a lot easier. And that's why setups are just the way that, like, I can keep them the same as everybody else. Like, if I thought about switching it, I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. So
it's just, you're used to living in the righty world. That's all.
Yeah, you get used to it, but I also feel like, does it make me faster? Like, because yes, you have the mouse movement with the right, but with all the keys, like I could throw my fingers around and not worry about where they're going. And I think that's where I think it helps with it comes into play. So I even think the same thing. So I have to say musical instrument wise, I play drums as well, and think about it as like, yeah, you can switch the whole kit around and play it left-handed, but because I learned to play it with my right, that it just makes it easier now that I can, move my right around the way I need to play it, and then with my left being able to focus on the more technical stuff. And so being able to do that, especially doing keyboard mouse, like I can let my right do its own thing, and my fingers I know are more pliable. And I don't know if people had to teach themselves when it comes to WASD and learning to get used to it, as opposed to already being dexterous, dexterity, big words, Scrabble words.
Having
Being able to use my left hand.
I would say that's why I was able to say I have the dexterity. Yes.
Yeah. There you go. So.
All right, and last question. 132 episodes later.
One that he never answered either, because this didn't come along.
That was not a question. What's your favorite feature on Channel 3?
Man, so I was talking to Evil about this because you guys hit me with the you have the little, hey, what are your 3 games, your honorable mentions, what you're looking forward to, the surprise quest, and then what's the feature? And I was like, man, I listened to episodes and everybody gives what they feel, and of course there's always the, I wouldn't say it's an out one, but it's the standard, it's the community. That's the best feature. But I 100%, the community is amazing. My best feature currently has to be the prize shop, because you're telling me that I can come into a community, participate, get XP, which who doesn't love getting XP in itself? But then as that, I get tickets that it kind of forces you to participate more, because not that that's what, like, you're driving engagement naturally, but now there's sweet deals with it. Like, I mean, right now we got hat, shirt. Evil and I have the blanket. I have a couple shirts. Like, the fact we have stickers. Like, I can get real high quality things by just participating. Like, sign me up. Like, even if I'm spending just a ticket on possibly winning a copy of Silksong, it's absolutely worth it. Like, to me, like, I think I have 50 something tickets right now, and I'm just looking to see like what's the next thing. And then of course, you got your gifts in there, and you got that, but like the actual physical things that I can get from either entering into drawings or just buying in general, like, love it. Like, it's an amazing thing that you guys did that naturally drives engagement, and also creates another sense of community, because we look at, there's been instances where people are like, well, I was trying to save up to get this, and the person gets it and sends it to the other person. And it's like, so now you're not only just interacting on the site, you're interacting, IRL, and it just creates this extra sense of fun competition and community that you can't find anywhere else except for on Channel 3.
Editor's note, is going to look real different come Wednesday, because people notice and send me messages like, is there an error that everything's expiring in the shop today? Like, no, we're trying something. So you're gonna see all the same stuff, the same type of stuff. We're just trying to consolidate, because right now,
I hope you really like the shop tomorrow still.
Yeah. Well, because like right now there's
I changed my answer. I changed it.
No, the average like gifts and stuff would be in there for a month. So it like really jammed up the ticket counter. So we're going to try and consolidate a little bit. We've got some weekly rotating items now. We've got some daily rotating items. There's going to be some different way it moves through. It's hopefully going to be a little cleaner visually, and especially for somebody who, because shockingly, and I started looking at this, I joke about checking the ticket counter every day. Even amongst the regulars, the amount of people who don't check the ticket counter every day is shocking to me. That's the case.
I could see that, because there's definitely times I'm like, well, I'm trying to do everything else, and I'm like, I was like, well, I don't need anything new right now, or like I hit my limit on the premium for the month, and I'm like, and then sometimes like, I'll just go check it out. But what I will say is I am already liking that idea of daily, weekly, monthly stuff, because again, the natural engagement that it forces, I want to say it's forced, if it's natural engagement, like it gives, is because I kind of like the blanket. Like, we were looking at it, and of course, you can't combine tickets with people, but that day when I was like, it's expiring today, and I was like, this thing is amazing. I want it. And I'm like, how many tickets do I need? And I think for the big blanket, ended up not reaching it, but I took all day to do it. I was like, I think I need 7, or I needed 25 tickets, like more. And I was just how many ways, like, what quests haven't I done? What, how many games have I rated? Let me go check that. Let me start writing reviews. And it wasn't like forced reviews. I was taking my time.
Thank God you were doing the real legit reviews too. Like,
yes.
You're actually putting legit info out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And so even if it's because that's also started my whole down the path of games I've never heard of or not interested in. And because we have the Rapid Raider and we'd be going through, it's I've never heard of this game. I'm not going to write some sort of fake review about a game from '93 that I've never heard of. And so then I'd get into the games where I'm, rapid rating there. And I'm like, okay, now let me go write the review now that I have this list of games that I do play. But then on top of that, there's forces, and again, forcing is not the right word, but it pushes me. There we go. Pushes to go what weekly quests haven't I done? And I talk about it on Thursday nights when I was doing Rocket League is you do 9 quests, you get an extra 3,000 XP on top of it. There's 3 tickets right there. Then on top of the 9 with the XP, I have turbo, so it's 33. So it's 9 times 33. You're looking at whatever that comes out to. Math is not right now. But you're just multiplying it, and then you're looking at, okay, well, what clubs am I involved in, and what quests have I missed? Or the site will suggest, well, you missed this daily quest, and now I'm like, sweet, I'm going through and knocking this stuff out and getting these tickets, but I'm also providing genuine interaction that drives engagements with other members of the crew on the site because people get to learn more about you. So I was like, I love the fact that it's well, now they're going to even though they'll come through in rotation stuff, but it's I really want to get this today and I need to get the tickets. It drives that engagement that we all get to learn more about each other in the community.
Yeah, that's the best part of it. You get to see, you get to drive things on there that get people to pay attention and get invested in you too. You don't just come in and be like, I'm streaming today, and no, it doesn't matter. But then when you are streaming, you're oh, let's see what Bromein's up to, because they get to kind of know and get a feel for it, and whether it's tickets or not. So again, so bear with it, everybody. Bear with us. We may, for all I know, people may have thrown a pitchfork through my front window by the time of this, but we're gonna give it a couple days. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Again, this is all. There's some flexibility happening with this that we're trying to check it out. So hang tight, everybody.
And on all those notes, we made it to the end of another one of your 3. Thank you, cknbromein, for being back with us. You can find the podcast at c3.gg/podcast, dropping every Wednesday morning at 3:33 a.m. Eastern on all the major platforms, including Spotify, YouTube Music, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Ray. Dan puts this all together. Our theme song is by Caster Garden. And for our executive producer, Joel Willis, have a good day, everybody.
Channel 3 is the...
I'm ready. Do I sound good now?
I don't think your pop filter does not seem to be helping at point blank.
I thought you were gonna go with the ASMR route there as an intro, just
that was his ASMR. That's why it wasn't really taking off for him.
Does it sound bad? Do I need to talk over here instead?
He just sticks with the feet videos and calls it a day.
Yeah, you sound like when I take the metro around here with them telling the stops on it.
See,
okay, luckily I know where I'm at.
Funny thing is, everybody knows Ray's a little bit shorter, but they don't realize his feet are still proportionate to mine, so he's built like a hobbit. The money he makes on the feet videos are just astounding.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
It's the personal request ones.
You got to have extra sources of, I don't know if you really call it passive income, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, it's very active income.
No,
that's active. That's a custom videos. You only have to do 1 or 2 a month, though. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's fine. Pays the bills.
That's all it is.
All right, let's do this, boys. Leave a little break and we'll get moving.
Channel 3 is the future.